Hey y'all, I'm back with another one. And first and foremost, we're going to thank God. Thank God for another day, another chance to get it right, do better, learn, grow, heal, evolve, teach, take care of our child or children. If you have any, take care of your responsibilities, get in your Bible, grow your relationship with self, with God, with Jesus. Be open to allowing God to use you wherever need be. Get into changing your habits, work on your mind, your body, your soul. Ask God for guidance, for clarity, for discernment, for peace, to heal your heart. Just all these different things, just to name a few. Secondly, please go shop www.erinsedition.shop. That's ERINSEDITION.SHOP. I sell God ordained tees, y'all. This is one of them. This is the Nobody Got You Like God Got You t-shirt. And the title of this video is going to be Saved versus Delivered. Excuse me. But before I get into the video, y'all, it is a couple things I want to say that I've learned. So first, I was going under the name of God's light worker, right? Because I'm under the impression that a light worker is a worker of light being God. So I'm like, okay, that's who I am. I'm all for it. Like, that's how I started off with this channel, 2 years ago now. So I must have came across this video, y'all, of this lady. She probably in her late 20s, early 30s, and she was a witch, and she was into all type of mediumship. She was into the crystals. She was into astrology, birth charts, the enneagram, which is something new that I just learned about. And the enneagram is just like a circle with stars in it or something. It's like 9 different pieces, and it's basically like your personality type, like telling you who you are. So she was just into all these different things, but in the video, it's a good almost 2-hour video, and it's a good watch. I'm gonna put it in the description if y'all want to check it out. I highly recommend. So she must have said something about star seeds and light workers, and I'm like, whoo. Okay, God, thank you. Thank you for that, because now I know that I've been under the influence of this new age crap, which is not of God. But God, you know my heart, you know my intentions. I just had to repent, y'all, because I'm like, God, I fell into the trap of this new age stuff. My intentions was pure, my motives was pure. God, please forgive me for my ignorance. And God allowed me to go under that name for 2 years, y'all. So it's like, it was definitely a lesson, and definitely something for me to repent against. So now y'all will see that I'm under a different name. I just did something simple, GodsChild. That's it. Now, I also want to say it's a lot of people in my age group. I'm 25. It's a lot of people in my age group that are thriving in this witchcraft and astrology. They're successful. They got their pages, they got their channels, and it's working for them. But I want to let you all know that just because it may be working for you and you getting results and you feel like you helping people, it's not of God. And I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm saying is take it back to God and see if that's really what you should be doing. Don't just go off of what you feel like is right, because we not always right. And the lady on the video, she said something along the lines of, I've been giving the devil too many years. I believe she said too many years of my time. I don't want to give it another minute. And I felt that, y'all. I promise you. Now, remember what I just said here. I'm going to apply that to later on with what I have to say. So, yes, I highly recommend you all watching that video. I highly recommend taking it back to God, getting deliverance, asking God what your true purpose is, because That's not it. That's new age demonic stuff that the enemy wants us to get into and tap into and all this to throw us off what God really has for us. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Now, secondly, I've come to the conclusion that when you have dreams of loved ones that may have passed away, um, this may be the enemy using your loved ones against you. Now, since my grandma been gone, she's been gone for 3 years now. I've been holding on to the fact that I would see her in dreams sometimes. Like that, she not here no more in the physical. I'm gonna see her in the dreams. Cool. That's how I could still keep that connection between me and her. But I realized I'm like, this is not my grandma. This is the enemy. And I realized that when she wasn't talking in the drink, grandma, when she wasn't talking in her dreams, or the energy was weird, or she's just standing there, like the enemy uses them to portray that they're who we once loved, and it's a trick. That's all it is. It's a trick. So I had to be okay. I had to finally let go. I had to finally be okay with the fact that she is gone. She is gone, and all I could do at this point is pray that she gets into heaven, and that's any of our loved ones. I pray for their souls, and I pray for the spirit. So yeah, I finally realized this is not my grandma. This is not my grandma at all. The enemy is trying to play with my feelings. The enemy is trying to get me to become what's the term, y'all? I guess make a covenant or some type of trick in the spirit, in the dream realm, to try to finesse me. And it's like, nah, I'm not going for that no more. Okay, so those was my two important things that I felt like I should share with y'all. Now, the video. Saved versus delivered. I might change it. I'll see. But I've been really dreading this video, y'all, because it's so deep. And I pray that it comes off correct. I pray that God gives me the words to express what I'm trying to say, so you all can also be delivered from this. I pray that it reaches the right people. I pray that I'm in depth enough for you all to feel the realness of it, to the point where you like, okay, I have to change. I need to change. So, all right, here we go. So since I've been creating videos, God has had me creating videos for the past 2 years. I've been sharing my personal life experience with you all. And now we finna go back to the beginning. We're gonna go back to childhood. We're gonna go back to the childhood traumas, what I've experienced. And that started with molestation when I was about 5 or 6 years old, right? So when I think about it, a lot of things came into play right after that, okay? So after that happened, that trauma, I had a little friend. So we probably about 5, 6 years old still. And I honestly believe that he was seeing things with his mother that he ain't had no business seeing. That was for grown folks. And he came back, and we were doing little things like kissing and stuff like that undercover, just things that kids should not be doing, right? So then about 7 or 8 years old, I started watching pornography. I've never seen nobody that I could say watching that in front of me, or I came in on them watching that. Like, I was just such a smart child. Or maybe it ain't even the fact that I was smart. These demons have now entered me. A door was open. So now there was something placed in my mind for me to know to go search that up. So that started at a young age and went on for years. All right, so now I'm into that. That turned into masturbation. Mm, I'll probably say about same age, like 7, 8 years old. It was like it happened at the same time. The pornography went with the masturbation. So from a young kid, and I ain't never seen nobody do that. I never walked in on nobody doing that. It was them demons teaching me how to please myself based off of the trauma, the molestation that had happened. So now I'm about 8 or 9 years old, and I have my female. She was like a best friend to me. Always come over my house. We always outside playing, whatever, whatever. But for some reason, I just started doing little things with her, and she was never introduced to that. I was never introduced to that again. That was them demons going deeper, like showing me things that were worse and worse and worse. And I'm starting to hurt people now. Like, I feel like I hurt her, but I'm not knowing the depth of this, the spiritual mm, wickedness. Yeah, the spiritual wickedness of this, how deep it really go. So later on in life, she ended up getting with a female, and I think that was honestly because of me, like being real. So then once I got grown, that's when promiscuity came into play. I was doing what I wanted to do. Um, because I finally had control. You know, when you grow up in a narcissistic household and your parent feel like they got control and dominion over you, and you have to do what they say, and they just abusive and all these different things, when you get grown, now you got that control. Now you can dominate and and have power over your life. So that's exactly what I did. I took control over my life. I finally had power, and I was outside. So then bisexual acts came back into play. So after that stuff, when I was 8 or 9 with my friend, I wasn't thinking about that ever again. Like, I wasn't into it. Um, I went on that type of time. So another friend of mine, she questioned me. I say it like that. She questioned me, and I'm like, no, I'm cool. But that question must have planted a seed, because a year or maybe two later, I think I was like 20 years old. I actually, I actually like tapped into it. So I'm saying all this to say, it's like it's like an umbrella, y'all. It's like sexual sins is all the way at a sexual sin is all the way at the top, right? The molestation, that's where it started from. That's where it stems from. All these different things, boom, 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 boom. The pornography, the masturbation, the promiscuity, the bisexuality. Mind you, I never claimed bisexuality, because I always knew I wanted to be with a man, but it's the fact that I was doing acts of that. So bisexuality, just all these different things stems from that. This demon that was instilled in me opened the door to so many other demons under the same umbrella. Now, I hope that makes sense, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, biblically, correct me if I'm not saying it right, because I still don't know everything, but that's just how I look at it for myself. So, excuse me, for 20 years, y'all, starting from 5 years old, and it's not funny, it's wild. From 5 years old up until 25, for 20 years, I have been under the demonic stronghold of sexual sin for 20 years. All right, so um when I got pregnant, when I got pregnant in 2021, that's when God slowly but surely was trying to change me, because it was still things and people that I was trying to hold on to, that I thought that things would change, and that just wasn't in God's plan. Okay, cool. Once I had my baby, I really, in 2022, I really tapped in with God, because now I'm by myself, and I have this 3-month-old child, 3-month-old baby. I have no job. I don't know how we are going to survive. Um, thank God for the link for EBT. Thank God for that. Thank God for the Medicaid, the healthcare, because I just wouldn't have made it. So at that point, when I was in that situation with just me and my baby, it was like I surrendered. I surrender. I surrender God. I surrender Jesus. I need help. I don't know what to do. I surrender all my pain, all my frustrations, all my fears onto you. I need help. I give up. I'm willing to follow. I need you. So in my head, to surrender is to be saved. And you have to have faith in Jesus. You have to have faith in God. You have to. And that's what I had. 100%. I had faith. And when I tell y'all how Jesus moved in my life from the time I let go, so it was like August, September of 2022. God carried me that whole, was it a full? It wasn't even a full year. God carried me that whole 10 months. I was out of work for almost a year. God carried me up until I got a job, baby, and continuously after I got the job. Now, let me give y'all a Bible verse for saved. And I feel like this is exactly what God did for me at this time. So this is Acts 16, verse 31. And they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. So because I believed in God, I believed in Jesus, I had faith. I have faith. I've had faith. Um, God, Jesus was able to save me, y'all, like for real. Like it was such a hard time, because when you're in that season and you have faith, you don't know what's to come on the other side. That's what faith is, and that's what I had. You just got to focus and believe. So God took care of my house being myself, my child, and the household. And another verse that I feel like applied to me, y'all, this is Ephesians 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. So to me, that's by us having faith, we are saved by God's grace, not ourselves being the flesh. Like, no, that's a gift. It is a gift to be saved. So God blessed me with this gift. So during this time, y'all, where I have nothing but God, I have nothing but self, I have nothing but my child. I'm in my isolation season. I'm being stripped of my ego. I'm not thinking about fornication. I'm not thinking about messing with no females. I'm not thinking about no masturbation, no pornography. It was like God had saved me from all of these things. I'm laser focused on God and what it is I'm supposed to be doing. God has showed me my purpose in that time. God wanted me to start this YouTube channel. During that time, God had me start the clothing line, my t-shirts online. Like, I was finally stepping into my purpose. All of that, it was like it went away. It was like God just removed it from me. I didn't have to ask. God just did it. Here's the thing, though. Okay, 2023 June, I started working, right? So now I'm getting back comfortable. Now I'm in a position where I could pay off my debts. I'm working on paying my people off. I'm working on saving. It was different things that I had to do. I had to get back on my feet and make sure my baby was good. So now I'm kind of comfortable. So I go back into fornication. After 11 months and 1 week, y'all, of being with God, I go back into fornication. And I believe at this time I was learning that we are not supposed to be having sex before marriage. Like all that, having children out of wedlock, like that's not of God. That's not cool. That's not what we should be doing. Yet I fell back under fornication. So I'm habitually fornicating for, it was probably a few months at that time. I don't remember. But I do remember being celibate again after that. That was 6 months. Then I went back into fornication. Um, However long that lasted, I went another 3, 4 months, went back into fornication. So it was this pattern of me fornicating, even though I know God does not want me doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I thought that I was strong enough to not be doing this, but I'm still engaging in it. So fast forward to now, where I just moved into my townhouse, and I'm seeing how God has moved through my life and blessed me, how hard I've worked, how far I've come, just all the amazing things that is going on in life. It come with the struggles, it come with the attacks, the spiritual attacks, it comes with responsibility. Yes, it comes with all these things, but God has blessed me. So I'm like, okay, I'm in a new season. I gotta let go of what everything that's not for me. And I know what's not for me and who not for me, but for some reason I'm still doing the same thing. So now I'm in this new place and I'm still fornicating. So I must have got pulled over. Now mind y'all, I kid you not. Every time I go backwards, right? The spirit of backwardness, um, spirit of fornication. Every time I go through that, I always have a bad dream or something in the natural happens. That's because I'm coming into covenant with something that is not for me, something that is demonic, and that's on me. I'm allowing it. So by me knowing this, it's like, why are you still doing it, right? That's what you'll think. But my flesh won't what it won't. I'm not strong enough in the spirit to just let go. And I'm also not understanding of how deep that this go. So I must have got pulled over by the police, y'all. And it was my fault. Like, man, you, it was my fault on a natural level. So I made an illegal left turn. He synced it, whatever, cool. Ran the plates. Could have issued me a ticket, but he was cool. He was like, you ain't had nothing in the past whatever years since 2019, and it was 2024. Cool. Now when I'm reading the ticket though, y'all, when you got, it's not a ticket, I'm sorry, the warning. Um, when I'm reading it tells all your information, right? And then I seen in big letters, like all caps, warning. And it was like when I read that, it hit me so hard because it wasn't about the illegal left turn. It wasn't about the police. It was the fact that I was fornicating at the time. I knew I wasn't supposed to be fornicating. I know what it comes with. And I was gonna fall into the trap of going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. So God had to use this situation, the police, to show me, hey, I'm warning you. Don't go backwards. Warning. Like that word, it was like it popped out, like bulged out, like some 3D type stuff. Like I just felt it in my spirit. I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. I do. I hear you, Lord. So while my slow tail self, I did it one last time, y'all. Fornicated, that is. I fornicated one last time, and then God showed me this video, which I'll put in the description as well. And that was so deep, y'all. She's so deep. Now this lady's told us that the demons like to intrude on your thoughts. They like to hijack your thoughts. So you'll get a thought, oh, I miss this person. It could be, you could be a female or you could be a male. You miss that person. Um, so that's when you start going to call them or going to text them. You're opening up that door because this demon has planted a seed in your mind for you to think you missed them. And that's exactly what I was doing, y'all. I was constantly texting this man, I miss you. Now, it was genuine. Like, when I say I miss you, when I say it, I mean, I miss your, I miss your presence. I want your time. I want to chill with you. Like, it don't have to go that far. However, I also know that if you come up over here and you try me, I'm not strong enough to tell you no. I'm going for it. So the enemy knows us. The enemy know how we get down. The enemy know just what to do to get you back in that place. So it's like, at one point, I told this man, I don't want to have nothing to do with you unless it's about the baby. And he stood on that. He never bothered me. I could never say that that man bothered me. I was always bothering him. My demons was always bothering him. So when that lady said that in that video, that it starts with the I miss you, that's all it takes, that I felt every part of what she was saying. Because that was me. That was me. So after I heard that, I started just watching videos about deliverance and all the different things that people may be needing deliverance from. And I just went in a place of prayer because I was finally ready. I was finally ready to let go. It's a stronghold, y'all. I've been dealing with sexual sin for 20 years. So it goes deeper than fornication. This is something that I truly been battling with for the majority of my life. This ain't no game, this ain't no joke, it's nothing small. And now it's affecting people that I love. I let these demons plant a seed in my head of, oh, I miss you, and I'm telling myself it's one thing, but the demons already know what's up. And that's what's going on. It's my demons against they demons. So I went in a place of prayer. I'm like, God, I don't want to fornicate anymore. I want to give you my flesh, Lord, until my husband come along, whatever the case may be. I'm not even thinking about that right now. I want to be fully one within you. I want to be fully one within myself. I was just going into this deep prayer, y'all, and I felt great after that. I felt great, and what I learned was you could be delivered. Yeah, you go to somebody that could deliver you. You could deliver yourself with God guiding you. You gotta do the work though, because you're gonna be tempted. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm delivered and I'm good to go. Oh, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing can touch me. No, like, you have to continue on being mentally strong and fighting whatever may try to come up against you and trigger you, or try to tease you or get you back to doing what you was doing, that sin, committing that sin, going back to that place that you worked so hard to get out of. So I'm in a place where now I know the depth of this, like how far it goes back within me and possibly generations. I really let go. I'm really done. I really have to stand on that. And it's so crazy because I have asked God to somehow have this man let me go, because I know I may not be strong enough to let him go. And it was so crazy how it played out because he just recently told me, like, I'm not on that with you no more. I feel like you're not affectionate. I feel like you using me. And I'm like, why you feel like that? Because that's not true. But whole time he feels like that because these are my demons that are playing with him. Yeah, these are my demons that are operating against him. So that's on me. That's on me for opening up that door. Um, my intentions is not to hurt him. My intentions is not to use him. That's how these demons operate, though. And at the same time, I also feel like that's God helping me with what I asked for. God, please put something in him where he stopped messing with me. I asked for that, so I can't really be mad that he let go. So it was for the best for both of us. So I had to come to a place where I accept. I accept what is happening. I accept what is transpiring, and I let go. I surrender. It is what it is. I felt some type of way for that little day. Cool. I'm good to go now. So I say all this to say, y'all, demons are real, okay? They have a plan against your life. They want to throw you off of your purpose. They want to stop whatever it is that God got for you. They have a job. Just like we have, as God's children, we have a job. They got a job. But they don't have no control. They don't have no dominion unless you open that door. Unless you come into covenant with something that is not of God, that's evil, that's demonic. That's how it works. They have no power over you other than that. It's all up to you. So I'm saying all this because I know it's a lot of women that have been hurt in that way sexually. It don't matter as a child, as a teenager, young woman, older woman, it don't matter. Whatever your trauma was, and it ain't even got to be sexual. Whatever your trauma was, baby, a demon may be on you. And you need to ask God for deliverance. That goes back to my point. I'm sorry, y'all. To be saved is one thing, right? To be saved was me having faith, going to God, going to Jesus. Like, I surrender. I surrender my fears. I surrender everything. I have nothing, God. I need your help. That is to be saved. And God, Jesus, will carry you. But to be delivered is God saving you from whatever bondage you was under. Baby, I was in bondage for 20 years. Do you hear me? In bondage. 20 years. Majority of my life. So let me give you this Bible verse for deliverance. This is Psalm 34, verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. So by me going to God, acknowledging the specific problem that I seem to continue, what's the word, y'all? Struggling with. It's this fornication that I'm struggling with. I go to you, I cry to you, Lord. I need help. By me doing that, by me truly wanting deliverance from this once and for all, God delivereth me from it, from all my troubles. And the second verse, this is Deuteronomy 33. What's this? Verse 27, y'all. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall destroy them. So to me, this is the eternal God is thy refuge. Refuge being like your safe space. God is our safe space. God is eternal. And underneath are the everlasting arms. We're always able to go back to God forever and always, and be in God's arms like as if we're a baby, and God comforts us. He shall thrust out the enemy before thee. That's God like pushing out the enemy, and God will destroy them. So I didn't know, y'all, that I needed deliverance from this. I thought that by God saving me back in 2022, I wasn't thinking about no masturbating. I wasn't thinking about no um, fornication. I wasn't thinking about no pornography. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I wasn't thinking about what I had went through when I was a child. Like I was healing. I was truly healing, and I was understanding of why things happen. God allows it to happen. This is our story. This gonna be for the next generation, because this is a cycle. At the end of the day, you're gonna go through something. So I'm understanding of all this. What I did not know was that I needed deliverance. That's why I kept going back. I was in this cycle of fornication because I needed deliverance from 20 years of bondage. So, um, some of you all needed that. Some of you all needed to know the difference, okay? But here's the thing, you have to be ready in your heart, in your mind. You got to be ready to let go. You got to be ready to release whatever sins, whatever demons may be on you. You got to be ready to let that go. And I'm just ready, baby. I want to step full force into God. I want God to help me with whatever I'm struggling with, whatever sins. I just want to be a good person. I want to do right and stand on business, stand in my purpose. And that's what I want for y'all. So another example, real fast, because I know this long. Drugs, for example. Somebody can have like $10,000, right? They'll go spend their $10,000 because they've been introduced to drugs, or because of trauma they've turned to drugs. So they spending this money on these drugs. Now the money gone. Okay, they have a house with nice things. They sell that. Now everything that they done worked hard for, that's gone for the drugs. Okay, now they're down bad. They're asking family and friends for money. Can I borrow? Can I borrow? Can I borrow? For drugs. Okay, cool. Then that turns into robbery, theft. Now they stealing for the drugs. Oh, okay, boom. Now stealing done turned into selling yourself as a man, as a woman. You selling your body. You out there prostituting, or men doing, you know what I'm saying, whatever they do, different things that they get into sexually because of drugs. Now you angry because you may be withdrawing, you need money, and now you beating on your wife or beating on your girlfriend, or vice versa. The woman on the drugs, she beating on her boyfriend, beating on her husband. So now we're being abusive physically, whatever, mentally, verbally. Just it trickles down all because of the drugs. It started with the drugs from whatever trauma or just being introduced to it, just the lifestyle, y'all. Like, that's all I'm saying. So now you're on drugs, and you're on drugs for years. Let's say 15 years you on drugs. You go to God. God releases this from you. God saves you. Now you're saved from the drugs, but you're still kind of dibbling and dabbling in different things, and you need deliverance. That's what it all boils down to. You're doing good. You are. You've changed dramatically from where you first started off at. Changed dramatically, but you're still dibbling and dabbling, going back and forth, and you wondering why. You need deliverance. Whatever spirit that is that's on you, or spirits, you need deliverance. You're in bondage